Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you all to the new subscribers. Thank you all for showing your support by liking the videos, commenting, and sharing the videos as well. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, please make sure you're still subscribed. Hey everyone, today is Thursday, April 9th. I have no idea what done got into Olivia, but I guess she was in her feels and she's doing a call-in live where she's wanting people who have had something to say about her and Gerard escapades last year. I guess she's wanting to address those people who feel a certain way about her. I don't know. Like, this girl was just on live for 3 hours and now she's back on live. It's like, Olivia, this is not normal, girl. It's not normal to have 2 young children and you're spending the majority of your day and the majority of your little children's waking hours on social media. This is really not okay. And you keep telling the people you don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what y'all say, what y'all think. But here you are again, getting upset because somebody or people have had something to say. If you don't care, Olivia, this is what you don't do. But because you do care and it bothers you when people say things, this is why you get on these live streams and you rant and rave and is ready to tussle with people because you're very much bothered and you do care. So it's like, why keep saying you don't care when you keep showing that you do? So anywho, I'm going to see what she's talking about. I did not see this. I did notice she did do a live before this and she deleted it, but I wasn't able to catch that live. I'm just like, girl, if you're constantly having to delete lives, that is a clear indication, Olivia, that you need to chill out and deal with your feelings and your emotions behind closed doors and stop coming onto the internet, showing your behind and just letting whatever comes out your mouth because then you later regret it. It's like, girl, you don't vent on the internet. You should be dealing with all of that in your own personal space. But it shows that you're very much addicted to social media. You seem to not know how to not be on social media. And like I said before, it's very sad because you have young children. But we're going to get into this live and see what she's talking about.
You guys had so much to say. All because the nigga was over here clapping cheeks. But remember, you guys came into my chat last Friday and tried to hurt my feelings behind a nigga that was clapping my cheeks about a year ago. Keep it to yourself next time. Go celebrate with the pick-me bird brain bitch by yourself. You don't ever have to try to make me feel bad. Because I don't want a nigga who everybody can bounce on it and twirl on it whenever they feel like it. I want my nigga to be not friendly, exclusive, and a real nigga. Something you bitches know nothing about. That's why you settle for the first nigga that will settle for you. Okay?
Olivia, do you even know what a real man looks like? Because all of the men that you have dealt with have been far from being a real man. It's like honestly, I would be so embarrassed saying the things you say when your life is literally on display for everybody to see and observe and really see what is given. But you swear up and down like you are just in a position to even say this right here. Like, Olivia, I know it sounded good coming out of your mouth, but the problem is what you said is not true about your own self. You very much have settled. You very much have dealt with men who, in your own words, said were dusty, bums, and broke. You yourself admitted to the fact that you are attracted to bums. You yourself even said, I don't know, you guys, I don't know why I'm so into bums, but it seems like, bums have the best sex. Like, girl. But now you're trying to tell people that they don't know what a real man looks like because they settle? But you're the one who's clearly settling for bumps. Like, girl, this is embarrassing. Like, really embarrassing, Olivia.
You're talking about me? And how many niggas I fucked? Don't worry about it. Just know I get fucked. Don't worry about when and who and how and how many girl and how many niggas been on. Girl, don't worry about it, because it might be your nigga next. So don't worry too much about it. You worry too much over here, and you not paying attention to your surroundings.
And this right here is probably why this woman would never have real female friends. This is probably one of the reasons why her and her sister are not as close. Because what woman would really trust you, Olivia, when you are constantly making statements about how you can have anybody's man? You're always making reference to, give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes with your man. I bet I can have him. The fact that you always go here lets me know this is the type of woman you are. You're the type of woman who would smile in another woman's face and try to sleep with her husband, her boyfriend, behind her back. Like, that's what you give. That's the energy you give. The truth of the matter, Olivia, and it seems like nobody really loves you enough to tell you the truth, but I'm going to tell you the truth. The way you move, the way you are so promiscuous, real men who truly have respect for themselves, who have substance, who have morals, they look at you and they see a woman who does not respect themselves. They see a woman who is easy. And honestly, they would be afraid to sleep with you. Literally would be afraid. They would pass you by. They would look the other way because they know what type of woman you are. You think just because you have a high sexual appetite that all men are weak when it comes to that. All men are not weak to that. Some men literally do got some sense about themselves. But see, when you're dealing with bums, oh, they'll lay down with anything. They don't care what you look like. They don't care how you treat your kids. They don't care if your house is clean. They don't even care if you can cook. As long as you're willing to give them what they really want, oh, they'll take it. They will definitely take it. Those are the type of men you're used to dealing with. But I stand on that. You are the type of woman that would literally smile in a woman's face and try to sleep with their man behind her back. You're not a very trusting person. And I promise you, there are a lot of men who look at you and they see someone who's nasty. And I'm trying to say that with all due respect. Like, it's not cute flaunting yourself the way that you do. It's really not cute at all. And you make yourself look extremely bad when you do it.
Wait a minute. So you bitches are not gonna call in. You were doing all that shit. Okay. And this is what I mean. I just gotta block you hoes. Because you bitches ain't really even about it. You bitches ain't about shit. I'm scared. You bitches can't even face a real bitch. Because you know you're ugly. Like I've been saying. You can't hold a candle to me. Brittany, where you at, girl? You said something like, do you know what I look like? Brittany, where you at? Show us what you look like. Where you at? I don't want to hear all this in the comments. I want to see what it's giving. Because what it's giving... Oh, there's Dana. Dana, hit the link. Hit the link, Dana. I don't want to see no more. I want to see. I want to see what you give. Hit the link, girl. Show the class. Please don't be a punk. I'm fragile. I'm fragile, but you won't hit the link. I'm fragile, but you won't hit the link. I show my whole life. I show y'all everything, but I'm fragile. She said, I'll think about it. Well, you won't think about it in my chat. You could think about it in somebody else's chat. Bye, loser. Bye, Dusty. Bye, ugly. You proved my point. You're ugly. Sorry. Okay. So, yeah, if you're a punk, you're going to get blocked. Off top. Yeah. Because you're right, y'all. I come on here and I show y'all everything. Come on here not looking my best. You guys know my fuck ups, my this, my that. But I stand in my shit. 100%. I stand in my shit so much that bitches want to get up here and talk about me every single motherfucking day. I don't know what they talk. Bitch, at this point, they making shit up.
As always, I can only speak for myself. And I'm trying to figure out, because I don't know who she's talking about, but I do react to her, so I'm just going to address what she said. But I'm trying to figure out how am I over here making anything up on you when I'm using your videos? Your lives are being recorded in real time. So how is anything that's being said over here being made up when we're literally listening to what you're saying and we're literally watching what you're doing? We clearly see the full dynamic from beginning to end because it's in real time. I'm confused, but I'll let her carry on.
Bitches are just making shit up. We already talked about everything real. I fucked my ex. He has my kids. He got a house. He's engaged. What else is there to say? I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment. I went to jail. I ain't got a nigga. I'm pregnant. I was just fucking on a nigga. Sure was. What else can you... So you can't say anything else. So you have to make shit up now.
Yeah, I think she's talking about somebody else because I don't know what's going on. But I'm just listening to how she ran down her little list over there and didn't feel embarrassed. I mean, just the fact that you was able to call off all of those things on the list and you still didn't feel embarrassed. You didn't have a moment of silence where you was like, well, dang, that is pretty messed up. Like, you just went about it like it wasn't nothing.
And then when that doesn't work, when making shit up doesn't work, because I still come on here every single day because I don't give a fuck about the lies that bitches say on me. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Make up the most crazy... Girl, say... I mean, you guys already have been saying the most craziest shit. But say more of it. Say more of the most craziest, outlandish shit. Do your biggest one. Do it. I'm still gonna get my fat ass, pretty fat, gorgeous ass on here tomorrow. All in your face. Not giving a fuck. And you're gonna be mad in my comments talking shit. Because you didn't stop a motherfucking thing.
Okay, so now I see who she's referring this to. Y'all, when I tell y'all I be checking out of YouTube, I really do be checking out of YouTube. But okay, so now I understand where this is coming from.
Brittany's in her feelings. What'd she say? So don't get mad when someone F yours. I'm not. I'm not mad when somebody F my bitch. Then bitch, fuck my husband. I don't care about that. And she got just what she bargained for. A nigga come back around here and eat his ass. I'm hating because I said you do the same thing. You talk down on... No, I don't do the same thing. I've never fucked anybody's husband except for my ex-husband. I never fucked anybody's husband before because I'm not the type of woman. Now you're banned from the studio. Thank you, Bendeja. No. If you guys are talking about Brandon, I didn't know Brandon had a girlfriend. I already said that 1,000 times. I already said that 1,000,000 times. Hi.
Hi. I just had one question because I was just curious. How come you haven't addressed that shit Yanni been saying about you and your babies in them pictures? How come I've never heard you defend yourself against that? I'm just curious.
If somebody said that about you,
Because there's no way.
girl, shut the fuck up, weird ass bitch. Anyway.
Okay, I'm confused because this woman was respectful. She came on, she showed herself, and she asked you a valid question. Why was this your response? Why did you kick her off and call her a B? Like, why? I don't understand. Like, if she's coming to you woman to woman, she didn't cuss you, she wasn't being disrespectful, she literally just came on and asked you that question. Why is it that you couldn't answer it? Because that's a valid question. If you could go to a court, I mean, not a courthouse, but if you can file a police report on Jasmine for saying what she said to you after you spent almost a year threatening her, calling CPS on her, lying on her children, making up all these nasty false allegations on her children. If you could put out a police report claiming this woman was harassing you and get her locked up, why is it that you have not said anything? You have not addressed these allegations. Because those are some serious allegations. If you can come on here and address petty little comments that people are making, if you can come on here and do parodies, if you can come on here and sling mud at Nisha and at Gerard and all your baby daddies and all the men you done mess with, if you can come on here and go toe to toe with certain individuals, but you can't come on here and address allegations about you and your children that are pretty cringe, something ain't right with that. And the fact that you got this response, or you had this response towards this woman when she wasn't even being disrespectful, that doesn't make you look good at all, Olivia.
I don't know who the fuck she thinks she yelling at. Like I said before, just because a crazy crooked tooth, yellow tooth bitch comes up here and says, you guys can come up here and make a channel and say anything. Y'all can say Olivia fucks her father on the side. You guys can say the most outlandish things. And I'm supposed to jump and try to defend everything? For what? For what? These people are crazy.
That would be every reason why you should come on here and say something, Olivia, because you felt like this woman was yelling at you. She was being passionate about the whole situation by saying, if it was my kids, and you cut her off. But I felt what she was saying. If it was my kids, just like how you lied on Jasmine's kids, girl, you would be under the jail if you did that to me. Like, seriously. Because you don't play around with people's lives like that, and you definitely don't play around with people's kids. Okay? And for someone to make those type of allegations against your children and against you, I would think you would come on here, just like you come on here for anything else, you address stuff that shouldn't even be addressed, Olivia. Like, let's keep it a buck. But the one time you should have came up on this live and cleared that up, addressed it, you didn't do it. You haven't said anything. Ain't no way in the world somebody would get on the internet and accuse me of doing some mess like that and I don't say nothing. I'm not filing police reports. I'm not suing this person for defamation of character. Are you kidding me? But you let this slide. Why? You don't want to address it. Why? And you talking about, am I supposed to just address everything that people say? If it has to do with your children and you are on social media showing your kids every single day, this is your livelihood, I would think you would want to clear something like that up. I would think you would address it and say, this is not true. And you would let people know, I have filed a report, a police report on this person. I have gone through the proper channels to sue this person for saying these things about me and my kids. I would think you would, because any normal person would do that. Because you don't go on the internet and just randomly say some mess like that. And if you know it's not true, I'm not understanding why you have A, remained silent, and B, have not done anything about it. It's very strange. I don't know if this is true or not. Allegedly, there were photos circulating around, and I'm gonna say this because I find this to be very cringy as well. If there has been proof, real tangible proof, that this is something that you actually did with your children, and somebody had access to this proof and did nothing with it, meaning they didn't take it to the proper authorities, I would have to side eye that person, because this is not something you just dangle over somebody's head and there are innocent children involved in this situation. These allegations are very serious and they're very cringy. And if this is a known fact that you are guilty of doing these things and that individual who had access to this information did nothing with it, I mean, I have a problem with that. Just like how you came on here and claimed you had proof that Chris was messing around with Jasmine's kids. You swore up and down you had recordings. You had solid proof. And you didn't take it to the authorities. You said nothing. That is some cringy mess right there. Because at the end of the day, it's about those kids. Who cares how you feel about Olivia if these kids are put in a situation where this is going on? It should be about those kids. It should be, I'm going to do everything I can to help those kids. Period. Those kids are already going through enough, and to add those allegations on top of it, that don't set right with me.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, Miss Liv, this is I've been watching you ever since you had, I think you had just had Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
And in the beginning I thought that you were the coolest person that I ever saw on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I'm a grandma. I'm a Gigi, so I'm older than most of your audience. But I wanted to say I want to see that Liv. I
I'm
want to
still
see
here.
that. I want to see the Liv that um was caring, and you still don't care what people say, but I have to say, sweetie, your attitude sometimes is off-putting. And I mean, I know you have faith in God, and I know you want the best for you and your children. But I got to say, sweetie, I am really kind of turned off now, and it's not. I'm coming from a grandma place,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want you to kind of think about the old Liv. I know a lot of things have happened to
Mm-mm. I
you.
don't want to be the old Liv. I'm me. I'm the
I
new
know
Liv.
you're you. You're you.
I
You're
don't want to
still
be the old
you.
Liv.
But I'm looking at a person that
I just
I
don't.
don't know.
I just don't take no more. I don't take no shit, and I won't
I
take no shit.
I get that, and I'm that way as well. But it's a way that you can come across to get your point across without being. Sometimes I think, sweetie, that you're kind of fed up, but then you go to this place where it's very cruel
I do.
and rude,
I do. That's how
and
I handle people. How they handle me. I have to. It's the internet. I have to do it
And
like
you
that.
know what? I used to be like that. In my when I was 30 something. And I'm not ashamed. I'm almost 60 years old,
That's nothing to be ashamed
and
of. Like,
yeah, I'm not ashamed of my age. People tell me, don't dye my hair. Dye my hair. I don't do that. But I just want you to just kind of think before, even when you get on here. Like, for instance, they was talking about. I didn't really look at the video that you did with you and your daughter. I think it's Robin,
Mhm.
about football and everything.
Mhm.
And I kind of felt bad for her. You know, and the way you came at her, to me, it was like, come on, Liv. I know you want what's best for your daughter. I know you want her to do things that you might, seem girly girl, but a lot of the time, some of these babies, they just not about that,
And that's
And
fine, but I'm always gonna have my own opinion about it. I'm her mom.
you you can have the opinion, but some things I know you don't put everything out on the internet, all your business. But sometimes when you're having conversations, with your daughter, just mute. You know what I mean? Just mute it, because then
Yeah, I
people
could.
won't have nothing to talk about.
I mean, I
I just
could, but I don't care what y'all talk about. Like, I honestly don't care what y'all think, and I don't care what y'all talk about. If you guys have been watching me for so long and you know who I am, you should already know who I am. The person I am today is because of what I've been through, and I'm not going to go back to the old Liv, because the old Liv was a pushover. She was a pick me. She was a sad, depressed, lonely person, and I don't ever want to be that girl again. I like who I am today. I'm strong, I'm tough, and I'm going to go down to your level if I need to. And and I know I'm cruel. I could be the most cruelest, but I don't like to be like that, and that's why I be asking people, "What are we doing? Are people going to still come for me? Because if they are, I'm going to come for them, and that's just how it goes."
I mean, I get that the caller was trying to come with a different approach. You know, she was trying to be more calm and more even tone and trying to present what she wanted to say in a more palatable way for Olivia to receive it. I get it. Um, I don't agree with some of the things she said. You know, as far as she said, she believes that Olivia does have a belief in God. I don't think Olivia does know who God is. Honestly, you can't believe in something that you don't know. That's number one. Um, and the other thing, as far as how she felt like she can somewhat sympathize with you know the reasonings why Olivia responded the way she did with Robin. The truth of the matter is, Olivia knows exactly what she's doing. Yeah, she can mute her camera when she's on the phone. She don't want nobody hearing her real conversations when she's on the phone. But when it comes to her kids, she uses them for content. She knows exactly what she does when she talks to them a certain way, just like how she said what she said about Robin closing her legs. She intentionally said that because she wanted to embarrass Robin. She knew exactly what she was doing, just like she knew exactly what she was doing when she said what she said about Robin playing football. She was shaming her. She wanted to embarrass Robin. So, although, yeah, she could have muted it, but this ain't the type of mother we're dealing with that would have enough common decency to mute the camera if she's having a real conversation with her children. Olivia uses everything for content, and her using her children, I mean, what? That ain't nothing to her. So I feel like this woman was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, and I'm not going to shame her for that because I was trying to give Olivia the benefit of the doubt too. But I mean, you're dealing with somebody who loves being cruel. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's always trying to make it seem like I get on other people's level who comes for me. But no, you're already on that level. Nobody has to come for you. Nobody has to say anything to you. Nobody has to start nothing with you. That is just the energy you give. And AJ and Kalani can testify to that because that's what they have to deal with 24/7 living with you. Like, I just think this lady, just does. I'm sorry, her name is Leanne. I just think Miss Leanne just doesn't fully see who this woman is. And you can want the best for somebody. You can try and hope and, believe that one day they're going to change. But at the end of the day, the choice is Olivia's. She's the one who has to live with herself. She's the one who has to deal with her real life and the consequences that come from it. And so it's going to take Olivia to come to that conclusion for herself that her life is in shambles and she needs to make a change. You can want the best for people all day long, but if they choose not to do the best that they can in life and do the right thing, I mean, nothing is going to change.
Live. Sometimes. That's all I'm asking. Just come back on and say, Gigi, this for you. Okay?
Okay, okay.
All right, love. You take care and just
Okay.
think just a little bit about what I just said, okay?
Okay, I will.
All right, love. That's
Okay.
one. That's my G. That's one of my grandbabies. She know I'll be looking at Liv, so she just wanted to say hi. That's all you gonna get. Hi, bye.
Okay.
All right, Miss Liv. I'll try to be in there. So I'm just gonna drop back down. Just think about what I said, okay, sweetie.
I will.
All right, love.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. I loved her. Oh, see, I could take that is constructive criticism, and I appreciate that. I do. I do. Someone said, and she's not. No, I do take everyone's criticism, constructive criticism. I do. Um, but I know I have to ignore it. I did address it. Thank you, Mariah. Thank you for. I did address that, but I'm not gonna sit here. I'm gonna handle that shit in the court of law. I can't speak on a lot of things. I'm sorry, I can't.
When did she address this? Because I don't recall her ever speaking on this. Do y'all recall Olivia speaking on this? Y'all let me know. Because true that I don't watch every video that Olivia posts, but it's possible I could have missed it. But I don't recall Olivia speaking on these allegations. And for Olivia to say that it will be handled, like, girl, these allegations have been out here since last year. What do you mean it will be handled? That should have already been handled. So just you saying that makes me not believe what you're saying.
Hello.
I just had a couple of questions.
What happened?
So the first question, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The first question is I'm really curious. Do you have anyone like around your age range like to give you good sound advice besides like your mom and your sister?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I do.
So like do you just not like take their advice or like just do your own thing?
I mean, I take their advice if it makes sense to me, but for the most part, I'm gonna do my own thing.
So that's my last question. Just based off your videos alone, do you think that you're a good role model for your kids?
I do. Mhm.
You do.
I do.
Okay.
All right. Have a good day. I think she was done. I do. What the hell? I do. This channel's not for my kids. I don't sit them down and say, okay, kids, are you ready to watch my channel? And they watch it. No, they shouldn't be watching my channel.
So if your channel is not for your children and your children should not be watching your channel, why is it that you have your children on your channel? I mean, come on, Olivia. I know you have it in you to have some common sense. If you know the stuff that you put on your channel is not for kids and it's not something for your kids, your own children, to be able to watch, why do you put your children on your channel? It doesn't make sense. Why are you in the mommy sector if your videos are not for kids? See, you understood what this lady was asking because you know that deep down, you're not a good role model. You're not. You know that you don't really have anybody in your life that is really telling you the truth. And any truth that is being shared with you, you disregard it because you do your own thing. You prefer to listen to yourself and yourself only. You don't want to listen to other people. The only time you listen to other people is when they tell you the same things you tell yourself. Those are the only people you will tolerate and give an ear to. But if they tell you anything different that has common sense and truth attached to it, you choose to not listen. You refuse it. And so, therefore, for you to sit there and say that you are a good role model for your children, it is crazy to me. Crazy. Because you talk so much about getting D and, talking all type of nasty stuff about, what you do and how you do it, and, you're demonstrating how you do it, and, you always talking about men and how you got a roster of men and you don't care if you sleep around and you're proud to be a hoe, and all of this stuff that you talk about on your channel, and you got the nerve to say that you believe you're a good role model for your children? When you sit here and treat your children like crap, you mistreat your children, you deny them affection and love on a consistent basis. I'm not talking about when you're doing a vlog and you want to show yourself being lovey to your children. I'm not talking about when you're trying to clean some stuff up and you want to prop AJ in the camera and act like you're showing him all this love and affection. I'm talking about what you show 99% of the time. We don't see that at all. Everything you show on your channel is toxic. It's dysfunctional. Now, I know you don't like that word, but you definitely qualify as being a very dysfunctional person. Nothing about your channel should be for children. Your children shouldn't even be around that. But you don't care how you talk around your kids. You use all type of filthy, foul language around your children. Nothing is off limits. No conversation is off limits. How you speak is not off limits. You don't care if your kids are sitting on your lap, laying in the bed behind you. Like, you will literally rock your child to sleep talking mess. But yet you are a good role model to your children.
This is for adults. Everybody in my comment section, you guys are all over the age of 18, right? She was pretty. She was a very pretty girl. Are you guys over the age of 18? I think she was. I'm pretty sure she was. Who's under the age of 18? So let me know now so I can get you out of here. Yeah. Do you think, let me see. The people who acted in Sinners, right? The whole cast. That was a pretty crazy movie, right? Do you think that they sit their kids down? Because my kids are young. My oldest is 12. So if I was acting in the movie Sinners, right? Am I going to sit my kids down? She said, this is not Miss Rachel. Am I going to sit my kids down and say, okay, watch mommy's performance and give me a grade from A to B to C to D? Like, no, this is not for my children. And how I am with my children, you guys see on lives. Right? You guys see how I am with my children on lives. Am I talking about ass and everything up under the sun with my kids in the screen? No, I'm being a mama to my babies.
Olivia, are you for real? Did that really just come out of your mouth? I cannot believe you sat there and just lied like that. As if there ain't video clips, like, for days, for years to come, of all the times you have spoken so filthy around your children. How many times have your children heard you say the word D-I-C-K? You telling people to suck your D-I-C-K, and you're saying that around AJ and Kalani. You're telling people to suck a D-I-C-K all the time. How many times have your children heard you say F-U-C-K? Like, what are we talking about here? You trying to act like you're Martha Stewart every time your children are on your live streams. Girl, it's far from it. You have no filter when you are around your children. When you're crashing out, when you're mad, sad, and angry, when you're constantly trying to drag people left and right, you say the most gutter, disgusting, the most diabolical, twisted, evil stuff out of your mouth, and you do it in front of your children. And you sat there and lied with a straight face. Girl.
I might say a couple things here and there, but you know, we all cuss and talk a little crazy around our kids. I mean, I think real people do. I mean, I'm not perfect. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Good. I just have a question, like picking back off the other lady when it comes to like, or just you saying about how your channel is not for your kids and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no hate or anything like that. But do you not think that live the other night, and like talking about the other lady and stuff like that was that a little too much for a child to like be a part of?
Which one? What live? The one where somebody knocked on my door?
About when you thought somebody knocked on your door, yeah.
No, I don't think so at all. Because everything that I said on my live, I would say to my kids. I say to my kids.
You don't think sometimes like kids should stay in a child's place?
I do, but my kids are exposed to so much, and not just stuff on my end. My daughter told me that that lady calls me a pig. She actually calls her mama a pig. So my kids are exposed to a lot on both sides, stuff that they should have never been exposed to. So,
Do your kids use the internet? Like, do they get on YouTube or watch any of your or search your name or anything like that?
mm-mm, no.
Hmm. Okay. Well, you have a good day.
You too. Have a good day.
Thank you.
I could literally see the wheels turning in Erica's mind. I could kind of feel what she was thinking. And it's kind of funny because I know Erica in real life and they kind of resemble to me. It's kind of funny. But, Olivia, girl, how do you know your kids are not searching your name? How do you know that? Your kids literally are not with you the majority of the time. Like, how do you know? Like, you're not checking their phones every single day. You're not even in a position to do that. You don't know what they're watching. You don't know what they're listening to. You don't know. And I know that was one of the things Erica was thinking, like, girl, okay, I understand why you're saying what you're saying. But girl, it's like it's so funny that this girl tries so hard to cover her bases and she falls short every single time because it's very obvious that her children, maybe Christian, I wouldn't see Christian so much searching out Olivia's content, but most definitely Robin is. Most definitely Robin is looking and watching. But Olivia is not going to admit to this. She's not going to admit that she's doing anything wrong. You know, just like how Miss Erica was, saying to her, like, you don't think the way you was talking about Nisha wasn't a lot for Robin to hear, and don't you think a child should be in a child's place? Like, yeah, most normal mothers, real mothers, because Olivia loves to, say she's a real mother. But most real mothers know not to talk about certain things in front of their kids. She always inserts Robin in grown people's business, and it's very weird. And for Olivia to say that, you know, allegedly Nisha calls Olivia a pig around her children, or her children have heard Nisha refer to Olivia as a pig, I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, the truth of the matter is, we don't get to see and witness and observe and hear what's really going on over at Gerard's house. So we don't know what the dynamic is over there. We don't know what's being said over there. But what the caller was asking Olivia was the part that she plays. Again, Olivia always has to deflect and she has to project onto other people because she can never stand in her own stuff. She always have to point the finger at everybody else. And I'm pretty sure Olivia will never admit to this because the whole purpose of her doing this call in is she was trying to prove a point that everybody that disagrees with her or that doesn't care for her for whatever reason, she says they all have to be ugly. And there have been some very beautiful women who have called in so far that have not agreed with the stuff that Olivia shows and does, and they're beautiful women. So the point that Olivia was trying to prove, once again failed miserably. But she ain't going to admit to it. She's going to continue to say that everybody that hates on her, that calls her out on her stuff, that speaks truth on her, that disagrees with her, she's going to forever say they're ugly, because that's the only way she can cope with the fact that there are actually people out here with common sense that do not subscribe to her foolishness.
Yeah, my baby told me that. She called me a pig. So imagine all the horrible things she's heard. Everybody over there hates me. All the women, her sister, everybody over there hates me. Oh yeah, my kids hear shit talking about their mother on a daily. And you guys are worried about me talking about a bitch who's not their mother? I could give a fuck less. I tell my kids exactly who she is.
Now, Olivia, how do you know they talk about you on the daily when you don't even talk to your kids on the daily? How would you know that? Because the only way you would somewhat know that that's happening is if you're talking to Robin. But you don't talk to your kids every day, so how do you know that they are literally talking to you or talking about you on the daily? That was a little stretch there.
And I tell my kids exactly how she came into the picture. Because am I supposed to lie? No, we were married. She had a situation with your dad while your parents were married. Oh yeah, I keep it 100 real to Holyfield over here. Because if I don't, nobody will. And it's sad. I didn't want any of this for my kids, but this is where we're at today. So yeah, they're going to know the truth and nothing but the truth. We're not going to sugarcoat it. For what? So my kids can grow up believing a lie for her? For who? No, it's better that my kids know the truth. Because that's the truth. If you didn't want it to be that way, you shouldn't have made it that way. You're not going to get mad at me for you doing what you do and then I just tell the truth about it. You're going to get, I'm wrong? Well, I guess I'll be wrong then, because they're going to know the truth. I'm their mama. Like I keep saying, I don't care if the internet hates me. Those are my kids. You're not going to magically shake your feet, wiggle them together real tight, and jump up and down and then make her their biological mom. It doesn't work that way. I'm their mom, and I will get respect. I deserve a level of respect, and I will get it. Whether however long it takes, what I got to do in the court system, I will get it. Just like you women out there deserve it, I deserve it. Why don't I deserve it? Because y'all hate me? Fuck out of here. Doesn't work that way. Don't even get me started. You know what? I'm not going to get started because I am not going to say certain things. Move in silence, right? But are you kidding me? If the worst thing they see over here is their mama cussing a little bit, talking about whatever I talk about, that's okay. But what they see over there, you have no fucking idea. You have no fucking idea. And I am going to keep it to myself. And I'm going to keep it between me and the courts, honey. Me and the courts. Sure am. But you guys have no fucking idea. No fucking idea. They've seen 5 dudes in 6 months. Incorrect. And now you're getting blocked because I do not allow slander and lies on my channel. 5 dudes in 6 months. My kids, the last dude they actually met was that one dude that I was kicking it with in Florida.
I mean, Olivia, it's really not giving a lie because in 6 months, it's been a lot of dudes. That puts it around October. So from October to April of this year, you had Gerard, Joey, Gamer Bay, Dante, Mushroom Bay. Like, I mean, and that's just what we know. So for you to make it seem like that is impossible I mean, this is what happens when you move fast and you can't keep up. Like, the timeline is timelining. Like, it's definitely been a lot, Olivia.
Oh no, they met Joey. They did meet Joey. Yeah, Joey? That's my other kid's baby. I mean, that's my other kid's dad. They're gonna meet him regardless if he's in Kailani's life. 5 dudes in 6 months? Is that what the stupid bitch said? Okay, well now you're blocked, dum dum. Go tell your lies somewhere else. And if I did have my kids meet a man every single time I messed with a man, that's my business. Your mamas did worse, I'm sure.
I mean, what are we saying here? I mean, of course, your children are meeting every man you meet because you're inviting them to your home where your children reside. So, if you're sleeping with these men and you're sleeping with them in your home, of course, your children are also going to be around these men too.
As long as he's not harming my kids, touching my kids. If I wanted my kids to meet every single man, that's my business. Maybe y'all wouldn't approve, but I'm not looking for your approval. Hi, baby.
Hey Liv, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay. Um, I just wanted to say a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm a black woman too, as you can see, but I find that a lot of the black women on here take offense to everything that you say, and they do more than what you do to their kids. Just because you are mixed or what they call white, they condone what Gerard's wife or girlfriend or whoever she is did to you and your kids. They don't take into account what your children go through on a daily, not being with their mother. And these black women, I'm going to call you guys black women because you guys are bitter and you don't understand it. I didn't grow up with a mother, and my family also spoke about my mother when I was younger, and it got me angry. And when I got older, I just wanted to be with my mother. Didn't want anyone else but my mother. So you guys need to lay off and just accept what it is. That's all I had to say.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. And
All right.
thank you for coming up here.
I started not to leave this clip in for the simple fact I was very confused by it. The reason why I was confused by it is because I don't understand why this caller feels that everyone who has issue with Olivia has to be black. I thought that was weird coming from a black woman. I didn't understand why she felt the need to make that statement. That was a very bold statement to make because there's a lot of women who have different opinions when it comes to Nisha, when it comes to this whole dynamic between Olivia, Gerard, and Nisha, and where the kids fall into place. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not oblivious to the conversations that are being had where, people over the years have, kind of, because they don't like Olivia, has said that Nisha is the mother and all of that. I never subscribed to that because at the end of the day, Olivia is their biological mother. Now, with that being said, I also believe that Nisha has played a role in their life in a way that Olivia hasn't done. I think a lot of times the reason why Olivia throws jabs at the fact that Nisha doesn't have children is because I think Olivia does see that Nisha takes better care of her kids than she does. Hence, keeping their appearance up, making sure their hair is done, making sure they have nice clothing, making sure she's supporting them at their extracurricular activities, whether it's cheerleading, football. Like, I can't take away from the fact that Nisha has showed up in huge ways for those children, as she should, if she is with their father. But I would never take away Olivia's mother position, if you're speaking from a biological standpoint, yeah, Olivia is their mother. That's clear. We understand that. But to make it seem like the only reason why people find issue with Olivia is simply because what did she say? They're bitter, and because she feels they're bitter, they must be black. I just thought that was kind of weird because it's like you're kind of placating to the whole notion of what Olivia says on this channel. You're playing into her rhetoric, and it's just very strange hearing a black woman say this because if you are literally watching this woman's channel, I don't understand. And I don't care if you're a black woman. I don't care if you're a white woman. I don't care if you're mixed. I don't care if you're Hispanic. I don't care if you're whatever nationality. If you are a woman with children, I don't understand how you can sit here and watch this woman be the type of mother that she is to her children and you not see an issue with it. I do not understand it. And if you support this woman still seeing the type of mother she displays herself to be, I have to side-eye you. Because if you can support this woman, if you can get on this camera as one of her supporters did and say that they believe she's a good mother, I have to side-eye you. And I have to come to the conclusion for myself that you are the same type of mother that she is, if you even have kids. Ain't no way in the world a real mother would be able to tolerate the type of behavior she displays with her children on a daily and you not find fault with it. And so I don't understand what we just saw here, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
That's spoken from a woman who's been through something that my kids have been through. So I appreciate her saying that. And it does make my kids upset. It does. My daughter broke down to me this weekend because she's sick of this shit. Rightfully so. So I understand that you guys want the old Liv. You guys want the laid back Liv. And you guys will get that. When I get my fucking justice, when my children get their justice, I'm going to be laid back all day, honey. Cool as a cucumber. But until that day comes, I'm not stopping. Build the case. Do whatever you got to do against me. I don't care. I'm going to go to court. I'm going to show up for my babies every single time. I'm going to get locked up. I'm going to go to jail. And guess what? I'm going to get out and I'm going to still be here for my kids. And these hating ass hoes are still going to be hating ass hoes. And I'm still going to be here saying the same truth. I'm just going to speak the truth. I don't have to get on here and talk bad about their dad and that. I don't do that anymore, you guys. I just say the truth.
Olivia, you was just on here 2.5 seconds ago dragging Gerard and Nisha, and you're sitting here talking about you don't do that no more. Okay, girl.
If he doesn't like it, if you guys don't like it, then he shouldn't do it. You know what I was doing last November? Minding my fucking business. I got home around 6 p.m. from doing Amazon deliveries with my 2 babies. It was the weekend. It was a Saturday. And lo and behold, here comes this man calling my phone around 5, 6, and we just got from Costco. I remember. I remember that whole day like yesterday. This is how much I be minding my business in my own world, right? Hold on, Renee. I be minding my own business in my own world, and he keeps coming back over here. I had just done Amazon with my babies. I went to Costco and got some pizza and some food for me and my 2 babies. Come here, baby. And he calls me talking about he wants to see me and he playing games. This is the man that y'all stick up for. Mind you, he never let me see my kids for Thanksgiving. And that was my holiday and he took it away from me. But he thought that he was going to see me right after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was Thursday. He tried to come to my house on Saturday. You know how pissed off I was at him? And he thought I was going to let him come into my home and come and see me? And he didn't even have my kids in with him? Like, this man is crazy. He thinks he can have his cake and eat it too. And that's what I'm not going for anymore. He can have his cake and eat it too all he wants over there. But stop playing with me. Because that's what he does. And what he did last year was extortion. He knew what he was doing. He told me he was going to drop the child support. He was going to let me see my kids more. And I was sleeping with him because he said all of the things. Yes, I'm stupid. I should have got it all in paper first and then did what I needed to do. But I didn't. I went the other route. But that doesn't change the fact that what he was doing was extortion. And I'm going to get his ass. I'm going to get his ass. I am. Because it does matter what he's done. And I'm going to find a judge that will give a fuck. Because he's wrong. And it's okay. Build a case. I don't care. People can build. I'm building a case too. Like, we can all build a case. What you building a case against me? Because I'm telling the truth? It's okay. I don't have to say allegedly. Everything I say happened. I was there. I was a part of it. I have screenshots. I have everything I need. My kids know. Get my kids in a room. They'll tell you the truth.
So that was pretty much all that I grabbed from this live. A lot could be said about this whole situation. I just choose to pick and choose what I say because, as I've always said, I just don't believe everybody is ready to have a real conversation yet. I don't see it. But I think there's a lot of moving parts to this whole story, and there's a lot of layers that have to be unraveled. But with that being said, you guys, I'm going to see y'all in the next video. It's OneLove, and I'm out.